This is a review of how to derive the quadratic formula by completing the square. We start out with the most generic quadratic equation. It could be any quadratic equation, a, b, and c are any real numbers. And so to begin with, when we complete the square, we want to make sure that the coefficient of our x squared term is 1. So we have to divide everything through by a. And so that's going to give us x squared plus b over a x plus c over a equals 0. Okay, now we want to leave our x squared and our x terms on the left side and leave a blank and move the c over a to the right side of the equation. So x squared plus b over a times x plus blank equals negative c over a plus blank. The number that we put in the blank when we're completing the square is half the x coefficient and then square it. So half of b over a is b over 2a. And then when we square it, we will get b squared over 4a squared. So we add that to both sides. Now we have a perfect square on our left side, so we can write it that way. We have x plus half the x coefficient, so it's b over 2a. On the right side, we want to get a common denominator, which is going to be 4a squared, so we need to multiply the first fraction by 4a over 4a to get that. So we're going to end up with negative 4ac over 4a squared plus b squared over 4a squared. All right, so now we can combine those two fractions together. So we've got x plus b over 2a squared equals negative 4ac plus b squared all over 4a squared. All right, gonna have to move up here now, and we're gonna take the square root on both sides. So the left side becomes b plus, I'm sorry, that should not be b, that should be x. Left side is x plus b over 2a. The right side is plus or minus the square root of negative 4ac plus b squared over 4a squared. And now we just clean it up a little bit, get x by itself, so we're going to subtract b over 2a on both sides. So x equals negative b over 2a plus or minus, and now we're going to go ahead and take the square root on the bottom so that can come out of the radical sign. Stuff on the top can't come out because it's not a perfect square. So negative 4ac plus b squared, still under the radical. The 4a squared comes out, becomes 2a. Now we have common denominator, so we can go ahead and combine the top, and we can go ahead and combine these two fractions. So we've got negative b plus or minus the square root of negative 4ac plus b squared all over 2a. And just one last thing to get it into the order we like to have it when we say the quadratic formula is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So that's your quadratic formula, and that's where it comes from. And so that anytime you have any quadratic equation, you can just plug in the coefficients a, b, and c and get x. So that's all there's to it.